So let us look at these four things: DAF, transcripts, current affairs. You can also say newspaper and whatever material you have prepared for mains examination. When we talk about DAF, that is detailed application form, it is very crucial because the first impression about yourself the interview panel gets is by looking at your DAF. DAF has very basic details about yourself, your educational qualification, the background, the state from which you come, your educational qualification of graduation and post graduation, even your hobbies, skills, and similar things. Now, when you prepare DAF, or before that, when you fill your DAF, you should take proper caution because whatever you are filling in your DAF can be there in your interview. Questions would be directly linked to your points which are mentioned in your DAF. For example, if one of you is having very significant achievement, for example, female aspirant hailing from rural India may represent sport at the state or national level. So entire interview can revolve around that particular topic. So every member may ask question related to that particular topic. So you will find questions around rural India and sport, gender and sport, government initiatives, challenges, the status of women in sport, etc. So DAF is very crucial. So if your DAF is having significant achievement or any particular thing, then you can expect questions in your interview. So preparing DAF, filling DAF properly is very important. So DAF is primary thing you should study, you should analyze, and you should prepare based on your DAF. So you can pick up each and every point which you have mentioned in DAF. So it can be state, it can be language, occupation, your degree, your sports achievements or extracurricular activities, hobbies, etc. And you can prepare on those topics. Second, transcript. Why transcripts are important? When one look at transcript, he or she will get fair idea what to expect from interview panel, what kind of questions would be there in your interview. So when you study last 4 to 5 year transcripts are nothing but a set of questions which are asked in preceding years or previous years by interview panel or members. So there could be question from social domain, economic domain, political domain, international relation, ethic, any themes, issues which are there in the news. So when one look at transcript, you will have better idea about kind of questions, the level of questions are asked in your interview. So one should always look at previous year's transcripts and should go through all the questions which are mentioned. So there would be question on your hobby, educational qualification, different themes like skilling, environmental disasters, or internal security, ethics, etc. Third is current affairs. UPSC board members have tendency of exposing candidate to different issues, different events which are happening around, and they asked particularly the opinion of candidates. So you should always follow, one should be aware about developments in international relations, political developments, what is happening in India's foreign policy, or what are steps taken with regard to environment. There could be significant development in technological domains in country, or there could be one issue which is very pertinent, or movement or protest, etc. So one need to have fair idea about what is happening around, and one should always read newspapers and be updated with those facts. So third, current affairs, and you can prepare current affairs by reading everyday newspaper. You can make notes of important issues, important facts which are there in newspaper. And many times what happens, interview board member ask questions from different domains. So one panel member will ask question from economy, so Reserve Bank of India, inflation, implication for growth, employment, etc. One can ask question about status of women in political, social, economic domain, etc. One can ask about the foreign policy of America or vis-a-vis other countries, or foreign policy of India vis-a-vis other countries. And there would be similar themes or issues or sector of the questions you can expect from diverse segment or diverse themes. So in that regard, current affairs or newspaper study is very important. Last is mains material. Why I have written mains material over here? Because when you study GS2, you study center-state relation, federalism, issues of governance, education, health, human development, or human capital. So you study different concepts, different themes, and which are very important for not only your mains but for your interview as well. So when the question is asked about human development, so you can directly fetch the content from your notes, whatever you have studied. It can be for GS1 as well, unity in diversity. There can be questions about secularism. So where directly, indirectly, mains material, what you have studied will help you. Same is for GS3. There is science, technology, internal security, disaster management, basic economic concept like national income, GDP, balance of payment, even India, information about India's external sector, right? So the content which you have prepared for mains, you should at least revise once. That is very important. So these four things are pillars, or I would say foundation of your material which you are preparing for your interview. If you follow these four things nicely, then it will directly result into your score, because it will certainly help during your interview. Now, main thing which is there is the execution of what you study, what you read. And execution means nothing but practice. So how one can practice? If one is having notes, one is having content which I have mentioned above, one can brainstorm, one can look at transcript, one can read questions, and one can practice answering those questions. One can brainstorm the notes of current affairs or current issues which one has made. So brainstorming is first part. Second, you need to practice. So simplest and the best way of practicing is one can look at mirror and one can answer questions. So it will significantly help you. Third is group discussion, where you can form group of aspirants who are going to appear for interview or who are preparing for mains, and in that group you can have the discussion. You can ask questions to each other, and you can revise your content. And that is also good way, I would say one of the best way to revise your content, to build that confidence, to get the command over effective delivery, effective communication. And the last is mocks. So mock interview can be given in offline mode or online mode. It can be given formally to any institute also, or it can be given to your peer groups, and you can practice. So these are four things, I would say. There are a lot of things other than this also which will help you, but these are simplest, straightforward things which you should understand, which you should follow, you should practice. And if you follow this will certainly help in getting good score. I hope this will help you. All the best.